Welcome to the Matriarchy. It's me. I'm me. Hi, I'm me. And Anna's over there.
Hey.
It's my intro for today. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Full disclosure. It's all my fault. My fault. It's been a rough week for me. Needed my girl time. So I was talking Anna's ear off. And it was fun. And now we're here. And so that's the important part. Thank you guys for your patience, or lack thereof, as it may be. But most of you are still here. Some of you are still here. I don't know. Maybe you're not still here. Doug's still here. Joshua's still here. Alejandra's still here. AK Rex is still here. I saw Dr. Alex earlier. John 42 is here. And yes, you got the cat's name. The third attempt at Jane is correct. Jayne is Jane, and he is a boy named Jane. If you want a reference point, Firefly. Stop play with Jeff's Star Wars Lego sets. We do not have any Star Wars Lego sets yet. My brother has a ton though still.
You know, I don't like Legos.
I do, but I just don't have any right now because Legos and cats are kind of mutually exclusive things. So I have cats. I like cats better than Legos. Anna, how have you been since last week?
I've been busy. I don't know if you've noticed. I started doing this thing where I've been doing 3 videos a day.
Wow. How's that working out for you?
You know, it's actually a lot easier than I thought.
Yeah.
Because every time I see something, obviously you see something, you form an opinion on it. And so before I'm just like, okay, I have to do one video and, just do that. And it seemed like a lot of work. But then once I got in the mindset of, okay, I'll just do a video and each one I do, it's like, let me tell you how I feel about this thing. And it's actually like I've gotten in the flow and the habit of it now. And so I don't know, I feel like I'm working, like I'm super accomplished, but then also at the same time, I have it kind of set now. Yeah. And so I'm able to do like actual, like real life work for real life job and then do this as well. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm not as stressed about it anymore.
You're gonna have to teach me your tricks. I'm still trying to get on a good workflow schedule for the new year. I've hit some bumps in the road. I'm working on it still. Hit some bumps in the road. I realized I haven't tweeted the stream, so I probably should. The Matriarchy is live. I also need to add stuff to the description because there's nothing in the description right now. So I was like, I'll fix that later, and then I didn't. Yes, we are indeed live. Oh, Ryan Dyer, we got a notification for this video. How exciting. Sounds like the notification might actually be going out now. So people will actually start showing up. Because we have some very exciting things to talk about today. Before we do, just one quick reminder, we do not discuss politics on this show. For me personally, I am totally fine if you want to express whatever views or opinions you may have in the chat, as long as you are respectful to anybody else's views or opinions, and understand that we will not be getting involved unless it is to tell you to pipe down, children, if things get out of hand.
Yeah, it's not like my channel. Jesse's a little bit more, you can talk about certain things. My channel, I'm like, if it doesn't have to do with Star Wars or Star Trek politics, shut up. Get out of my chat.
I will let you guys run around the sandbox with a little more reckless abandon as long as you play nice with each other and don't take each other's toys.
Oh my God. I totally want to tell you this. And I totally forgot to tell you off air. But okay. I probably shouldn't say it to anyone, but it's real life. But I'm going to say it because I'm really excited. I got nominated for this really big deal art award. But
oh my God, congratulations.
Thank you. I can't say what it is or what the piece was because it was for my actual job, but it was really cool.
I'm really excited. Oh my God, that's so cool. You'll have to tell me more about it off there.
I will.
I'm really excited now. Woo! Oh my God, that's super cool. That is super cool.
Lando?
This is Spush. This is the old boy Han.
Oh.
You can tell because he's got the stripe.
Yeah, I messed it up there.
He is the one who looks the most like Lando. Although Lando looks like a kitten these days. He's been really chill. I've seen him a little bit. He was grumpy earlier. So.
Oh, also everyone in the chat, if I stop saying my sentences correctly, I have officially been up for 24 hours and 9 minutes.
And that's too many hours.
It really is. Caffeine is injected in my veins right now, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, Armie Hammer is a cannibal.
Yeah, I was thinking, how do you leave? How else do you say Armie Hammer is a cannibal?
I can't lead in with anything aside from that happened. So Yeah, DMs got leaked. Army Hammer is a cannibal. So we're gonna go through and we're gonna read those DMs and play you guys the audio.
So I just want to put it out there that we have the corner on doing the actual Cannibal Army Hammer parody to mirror the actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf. So
Wait, what?
you're not familiar with the song Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf?
No.
So it started out as a weird animation, and then the Gay Men's Choir of Redondo Beach performed it with ballerinas and a choir and like a children's choir and all of this stuff. It's a song about walking through the woods and getting attacked by actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. And you need to watch this. This is one of those things. I'm having a moral dilemma right now because if I play this entire YouTube video, this stream will get taken down. But like, you need to watch this like now. Like,
What is it?
It's the song "Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf."
And so it's just that Shia LaBeouf is a cannibal, but it's satirical?
Yes. And, okay, let me just explain this to you. It's a satirical song about you're walking in the woods, and then out of nowhere comes Shia LaBeouf, and he's attacking you, and you're fighting for your life. And it just gets more and more ridiculous. So you're, like, trying to get away, but your leg is caught in a bear trap, so you have to gnaw off your leg, and then you're limping around on your stump leg, and you see a light, and it's a cabin, but it's Shia's inside, and so you have to go and fight him for your life, and then you kill him, and it's a great song. There features great lines like "Fighting for your life with Shia LaBeouf," "Normal Tuesday night for Shia LaBeouf," et cetera, et cetera. But you can do jujitsu.
Yeah, I've never heard of this, and I can understand why. It doesn't sound like my type of thing.
But then the best part is this entire dramatic performance of it with ballerinas, male ballerinas with giant paper mache Shia LaBeouf heads. The ridiculousness and absurdity is beyond the pale. And after all of this, you hear one single person clapping in the crowd, and the camera pans out to the one person in the crowd, and it's actually Shia LaBeouf. Which is the reason why I actually have decided, after years of thinking that I really didn't like him and wished he would go away, that I legit love Shia LaBeouf now. Because after this song became a ridiculous internet sensation as a flash video, to the point where it became a effortful performance by this choir and ballet, Shia LaBeouf owned it. Like, he owned it and accepted it as part of his legacy, and I respect him for that. So, that said, we are making actual Cannibal Army Hammer. So.
To the person that just sent you the super chat, I guess I can. The thing is, it's
not like Anna was taking an hour to get ready or anything. She was here and ready to go at the time. I have been talking to her because I wanted to talk to her.
So I look terrible right now. I did 3 videos. Here's my kind of face, but I've been like redecorating, so things look bad. So
there we go.
It's wait, where's my Catwoman one? That one's probably better, not as hot. Okay, so yeah, I've been rearranging my background, so it's just messy.
Fair enough.
I'll put my mask on. That way it kind of hides my lack of the makeups. But so yeah, I the only thing is it like puts because it's leather, it puts pressure right there. Yeah, so I've been redoing my background, and then I just like put new like foam things on the floor, and I learned that I shouldn't have bought black. I should have just bought gray because black gets dirty instantly. But it is what it is. I still have to get the clear thing over it for my chair to be able to roll. But anyways, there's shit we got to talk about. You want to share my screen?
Yes, I do. So Runs of Anna, thank you for the super chat. But Anna, I am the reason Anna she was just chilling there, so it's not like she had time to, go and do her makeup. I mean, I agree with Ryan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had my makeup on earlier when I did videos. But
Runs of Phantom says, "You two don't owe me a thing." I did. You do you. Thanks, Friends with Phantoms. You're so sweet. Anna offer. Forgive us if we're not, if we don't get the jokes right away. We're both a little tired and worn out today.
Well, I like took all my makeup off and I like put like my lotion on. So my skin feels awesome. Speaking of cannabis.
It's so supple and delicious. Yum.
Oh my God. But so before we get into that.
Says, okay. Anna can never look bad even if she's been up for 7 days. So.
Thanks.
Bam. I agree. Third turn. Even without makeup, she's still a 9 out of 10. Sip mode activated.
Oh, well, thank you.
I still think she's a 10 without, but
No. I got a lot of buzz.
You get a lot of love in the chat, Anna. So
thank you.
So here we go. Without further ado.
Okay.
Animal Army Hammer.
Okay, well, so we're going to talk about that later, but there's 2 things I wanted to talk about before we got there.
We actually have a whole thread that's going to get us on this journey. Trust me.
Yeah.
So the ending place, the landing place will be actual Cannibal Army Hammer. But before that, the stupid that is everyone in the fucking world.
Okay, so I mean, this person's AT chat has been on Twitter. I don't really interact with them. I don't follow them. Sometimes I see their tweets and like it. Other times, not so much. But so then this guy decided to get turned into a pompous asshole. So it says, this channel is a great example of something coming up on today's question and answer video. Misinformation and manipulating younger people isn't just for politics anymore. It's the easiest way to make money on YouTube. She forgot the book sold out, though. And so it's because this Star Wars cringe like retweeted the thumbnail of my video with the name. Obviously none of them watched it.
Of course not.
Obviously, because people that watch my videos know what my videos are about. I talk about a topic which has to do with the thumbnail and like the title of the video is like, this is what I'm going to talk about. I give my opinion on it, and then I say, let me know what you think in the comment section below. It's just my opinion on things. But so then. I scrolled through the chat and I found this interesting tweet, which I think has now been deleted, but it says, I've never watched the videos. All I know is it's easy to debunk by reading one page in a book. Haha. So the dude admitted to never watching any of my videos, yet he did this tweet. So I said, ironic how you've made up your mind about me and my content while at the same time admitting you've never watched them. Maybe if you actually did, instead of automatically bitching, you'd see how ridiculous you sound. Grow up and worry about your own content. Because I checked, he has like 33,000 subscribers and like he gets maybe 1,000 views on his videos. I think I saw some of them at 6,000, but I was like, for the amount of views that you're getting on your channel, I like worry about yourself. And then I did this to just have a little encouragement. Don't let your ice cream melt while you're counting somebody else's sprinkles.
Oh,
something encouraging. But then I found out some other things. So he false flags people.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah, so there's screenshots in this thread of him false flagging people and then like bragging about it. And then also somebody posted, oh, look, that book that's supposedly sold out everywhere that's doing the bestest ever, not on any list, is it? Funny
Weird.
how that works.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Sold out, you say. So let me see if I can go get myself a copy right now, because if it's sold,
I guarantee you, I was planning on just going to Target and showing pictures because I was there the other day and I wanted to see, and so they're all over the shelves. They're not sold out where I live.
The High Republic in books, available instantly via Kindle. Let's see, hardcover, free delivery for Prime members. I can get the hardcover right away. Free delivery.
I think what happened is these people might be ordering it.
Oh, look, the hardcover's it's already on sale. One of the High Republic, it's listed as a bestseller, and yet it is already on sale, in spite of not even being out yet. So that's nice.
No, one of them is out. Let me see.
The one I'm looking at, the Into Dark, it says it's February 2nd.
Okay, no, Light of the Jedi is the one. Oh, but yeah, Into the Dark, yeah, it's on sale. It's on sale for $13.
Star Wars The Rising Storm, The High Republic. The Kindle version is on sale for 50% off already for pre-order. The hardcover is a couple bucks off. So everything, so clear. The thing is, you don't discount your releases before they come out if they're going to sell, if they're flying off the shelf. Why would you put new products don't go on sale? That's the opposite of what they do. New products come out at full price, so everyone who wants them right now pays a ridiculous markup for them. New products only go on sale when they're struggling to sell. Did Harry Potter go on sale a month before it got released because J.K. Rowling was concerned that not enough books were going to sell? No, they did fucking not. That did not happen. Books suddenly go on sale weeks, or if this is maybe the way they're intentionally intended to be priced, to show you a price. This could all be just manufactured desire, manufactured relevance, you know? Oh, we'll show you a price that no one would ever pay for this garbage, and then show it slashed in half for a price you might consider paying for this garbage to convince you to actually buy it, because there's no way you would pay for this garbage unless you thought you were getting a deal on it.
No, I think it's funny, though, that you're right. I didn't even think about looking into that, because I'm just like, I had to read the comic. I know that these things aren't like selling out. And if they are selling out, I think it's because, guess what? They didn't print very many because they didn't think that it would be in that high demand. That's what it tells me. If it instantly sold out, you probably didn't click or order many copies.
But it 100% did not. So if it instantly sold off shelves, exactly that. If it instantly left shelves, it's because the stores didn't stock that many because they didn't think there was going to be demand for it. So selling out is not selling off of a shelf is not necessarily an indicator of the sales of the book. If you have 5 copies and they sell out in a day, well, great, 5 people wanted that book. If you have 500 copies and they sell out in a day, that's a different metric. If you have 500 copies of the, so if your store keeps 5 copies of a book, they sell out. That doesn't mean you're going to sell out 500 copies. That store may go get 100 copies of that book and still only sell 5 the next day. So, so this one, the High Republic, the Light of the Jedi, the one that's out, the Kindle price is already 50% off. The hardcover price is already 60% off, or it's 30% off. 60-ish% of its original price, right? So that's the one. The title that's out, the one that's actually out, is already marked down 30 to 50%, depending if you're getting the physical or the hardcover. Literally every Star Wars High Republic title is already listed as on sale, even if it's only a couple of bucks. Everything except for Star Wars The High Republic, The Great Jedi Rescue, which is only a $5 paperback to begin with. It's a children's book. You can get it for $5 on Sunday if you want it. The children's book.
I didn't even think about doing this. I'm screenshotting all of this because usually things aren't on sale on Amazon. You know,
another children's book, an ages 8 to 12 one that came out on January 5th, also on sale, 30% off the Kindle edition, a couple bucks off the hardcover. The only thing, Kevin Scott's comics are the only thing that's not fucking on sale yet. So there you go.
Well, that's just because there's like collectors that are like, you know, they have to have like a complete set of every single Star Wars comic ever made. But again, they're like, oh, it sold out. I'm like, I know, that's probably because they didn't print very many copies.
Let's see, because here I have set the.
I want to see the list of how many were printed. Can Jeff find that out on how many copies were printed?
I will see if he can find that out. But the whatchamacallit? There's 2 left in stock of that version. There's let's see, Star Wars Episode 1, blah. Still says there's 1 left in stock of so that, to me, though, you're charging $34 for your comic and there's few left in stock. That tells me that you didn't print that many. Oh wait. Star Wars The High Republic, A Test of Courage is temporarily out of stock. Once again, though, look at the numbers. So I'm looking at this book, right? That is $5 off the Kindle edition. It's $3 off the hardcover edition. The hardcover is already priced at $15, which is not one of the more expensive hardcovers. This is one of the younger adult ones, right? That's sold as temporarily out of stock. So the book for the 8 to 12-year-olds is the one that's out of stock. That's the only people I would expect to be getting excited about these kinds of books. And again, it is already on sale, which tells you exactly what you're saying, which is that they just didn't make that many.
Mm-hmm.
If it went out of stock because it was in that high demand, they're not going to put it on sale right away. That is not how business works.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, what are you doing?
Mm.
What are you doing? here.
You got a kitty?
No, I got a puppy.
You got a tulip?
I got a princess.
Oh, hi, tulip. How is your princess?
She's very loving right now. She's just so full of love. She's got always good kiss. I love you so much. I love you so much. She says hi. Watch this. Watch this. She flies.
Oh,
I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. You're so cute.
Adam Wofford says, think like The Last of Us 2 versus Ghost of Tsushima. Last of Us is half price, but Ghost is still at full price. It's sold out almost everywhere, US and Japan. There you go. Exactly. So we were told all the same things about The Last of Us 2, that this game did so well. It sold so well, sold out. Meanwhile, once they stopped pushing this narrative and stopped manufacturing scarcity, it was on. You could get it anywhere on the shelves, all over the place, and exactly like you said, it went on sale right away. Meanwhile, Ghost of Tsushima is still on demand. It's still, people still want to buy it and are still want to pay full price.
It's just like ironic though that this is like this person tried to, say shit about me, but then it's like, you've never even fucking watched my videos, and then also what you said wasn't true. Like your whole argument about the high roll, it's just not true,
Exactly.
And then your whole argument with me is not true either.
And Eric Jahoff, thank you for the smiley face with the sunglasses. We love it. Love the super sticker. And we just got an awesome super chat from one of our favorite people. Drunk 3BO says my two favorite people. Well, thank you, Drunk. We love you.
Thank you, Drunk.
It was fun listening to you on the High Council last night and getting to say hi a little bit. So that was really chill. I know my Tuesday stream is a little late for you on the weekdays, but we'll have to talk about our your next appearance on the Mindless Entertainment. But yeah, it's to what you're saying exactly. It's like it's really funny to me sometimes listening to people make justifications and excuses for things when it's so clear that they don't know how it works. And so you're listening to them and you're going, because they're like running their mouths about like, this is how, so yeah, I know that this is right because I saw this fact and that fact and that fact. And you're like, okay, that's great. That's right because you saw this fact and that fact and that fact. And that's awesome. But as I'm listening to you tell me this fact and that fact and that fact, like 8 of the things you said are just fundamentally not true about the topic that you're purporting to be an expert on. So I'm now dismissing literally everything else you're saying because you've demonstrated to me that you're a moron. And that's what people like this are to me. And like to me, once they do this, I've never watched a single one of your videos, but then are still running their mouth about how terrible your videos are. Well, you've done that to me. You've now demonstrated just how much of a moron you are, therefore casting into doubt literally everything else you say.
Oh yeah, speaking of morons, remember this guy? Remember Willie's Reviews and More, Jesse?
Do I ever? Oh, I'm sorry, Molly.
So if you guys are new to the channel, Jesse did a video. If one of the mods can link it, that would be great. But so basically what happened is, so I'll just read what I said. Remember that guy that decided to attack me by spamming my Facebook page when my sister died because he knew I was emotionally broken and wanted to hurt me further? Well, he's back, which he did. He was gone for a while after Jesse kind of destroyed. Well, so what happened was I have a Facebook page and out of nowhere, he just started spamming and saying, these things, leaving me reviews, fighting with people. And it was just these threads. And I rarely ever check that Facebook page because I just use it to post that I have videos or live streams. And so it was in the heat of it. It was one of the worst days of my life. And I was reading all of these things. And then somebody said, they're like, hey, dude, it's one thing for you not to like Anna or her content or disagree with her, but now's not the time. And he acknowledged he knew what I was going through, but he still wanted to do what he did. And he didn't have any remorse for it. And I sent Jesse all of these screenshots and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but this guy, like, the fact that he acknowledged he knew that I was, in one of the worst situations of my entire life and that I was, emotionally broken, that's when he decided to do it.
I was thinking, how do I find this video quickly? I don't remember what it was called. I'm like, I know I can link it real quick. It is in my top 10 most watched videos, I believe, because it is that awesome of a smackdown of this sad, sad little soy boy. So here it is, real quick. That's what I called it. Toxic soy boy attacks that Star Wars girl. That's what that video is called.
Well, so I sent Jesse all of the screenshots of all of it, and just, you know, she took care of business. But then he came out with like another video where he was talking about it further, and he talked about like me, you, Jeremy, the Phantom Menace, and then he took it down. But so he decided to come back out of nowhere and say this shit. And then he started, all of a sudden he made a Twitter, and then he started like commenting with people. And then he like said something about me falsely accusing of Army Hammer as a cannibal, when come to find out, oh my God, it's true. And literally my tweet was just me saying, what the fuck? Like I retweeted this and I said, what the fuck? That wasn't me accusing him of anything. It was me retweeting something that was trending, being like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, let's talk about it. What the fuck is going on? Also, this dude's fucking weird. I honestly, by the way that he just doesn't have a moral compass and he doesn't understand the way the world works, I think he's on the spectrum. So I have him blocked everywhere. Now that I know he has a Twitter, I have him blocked on Twitter as well. The best thing to do is to not engage with him and just ignore him, because he has some issues.
Yeah.
And I think he needs professional help.
To me, the TLDR on Willie O'Halloran is the way I would describe a noble crusader. He believes ardently and fervently that for some reason defending the Last Jedi is a noble and worthy pursuit, worthy of dying for, worthy of mocking, ridiculing, and shaming somebody going through a personal tragedy. And the people like that, they can't be reasoned with, they can't be helped, they cannot be corrected. They don't want to be. They're not willing to listen, they're not looking to listen. They're looking to tell you why you're wrong, and they won't be satisfied until you are. So this is why, like, I thought it was a really good stream, you know, that AK Rex and I did, and I'd love to, you know, always continue carrying on that conversation, because Anna had to drop on that one where we talked about conquering the trolls because of that, because you don't handle them all the same way, and we've talked about this. Some of them need to be put in their place. Some of them need to just be smacked down, taken down a notch, let known unequivocally, look, you are not as smart as you think you are. You need to shut the fuck up, step back, and let the big kids do the talking. Other ones, like Willie, nothing you do or say will dissuade them from the beliefs that they cling to. So you just need to ignore them and force them into the irrelevance that they so earningly deserve. And that's my take on Willie. Before we get into the crazies, AK Rex says, "Hey ladies, me and my retinue arrived. Send those soy boys to my corner and see how long they're gonna last. I give them a couple seconds before meltdown."
Well, I mean that's really what it is. But honestly, it's like when people don't. It's one thing to have a conversation and like you disagree adamantly with somebody, but the difference is usually like sane people, you hear each other out, and it's like, okay, I might not disagree with you, but I understand where you're coming from. He doesn't have a moral compass. He doesn't want to understand where people are coming from. Like when people said, hey dude, now it's one thing to disagree with Anna and not like her videos, but one, you don't have to watch them. Two, you don't have to go out of your way to go stalk her Facebook page and spam it. And three, right now is not the time to do this kind of thing. You know, couldn't you wait a week, a month? Like, it had to be right then.
Wasn't it his like best friend who got on there and told him, like, bro, I hear where you're coming from, but now is not
like his best friend or his cousin. I have the screenshot somewhere. I would just have to go. It's on my old computer, but.
Oh, Joshua Ball says, sending a super chat just to highlight what a twat this guy is. Sending all the support to you.
Thank you.
We appreciate. We know where the mindless mob lands, and we love and appreciate you guys because we know that we're so nicely insulated from all of the bullshit. Not because it doesn't get to us, or we're not exposed to it, or because we don't hear it. It's just for all the bullshit that we go through. We have 10 of you guys for every one of those in the chat with us, reminding us, you know, why we're here, why we do this, and that you guys do love and believe in us.
I think I have a screenshot, but I just love how these guys attack and then it bites them in the ass. Like him saying, oh, you falsely accused him of being a cannibal, and then he deleted the tweet.
Exactly. It's like, The thing is, I have so few, the majority of tweets I have ever deleted, I think like 9 times out of 10, the only time I delete a tweet is because right after I publish it, I realize there's a massive typo in it and I take it down and fix it. Like,
Yeah.
people don't, you don't delete shit unless you have stuff to hide. That's always been one of my philosophies. Even like with, I just don't have the time to like cultivate my Instagram and like delete the old stuff to give it a cultivated portfolio, or go through and delete my old YouTube videos that aren't as good as the ones they are now. I'm like, it's all a timeline. It's all a reflection of me and my journey. And if you can't understand that the person who made a video 3 years ago that may say something that doesn't align with what I say now is because I've grown or changed, if you can't process that, then I don't need you to be part of it. Like, I don't need to change anything I do to appease people because I don't do anything wrong. And if I don't do anything wrong, then why should I take down my tweets, block people, censor myself, censor others, if nothing I'm doing is wrong? And so, to me, my actions, your actions, the actions of people like us, speak for themselves. And the people who have to constantly go rewriting their narrative, taking down tweets and videos so they can make new ones that change their perspective here and there, or constantly going to other people, going to people who they don't like, who don't like them, trying to tell them how to think and what to believe and what to do. I'm like, that doesn't ring of a healthy person with good moral values. And I'm just going to keep doing what I do. And if people want to feel bad about what I'm doing, then maybe they need to look at themselves, because you didn't do shit to Willie. I didn't do shit to Willie. Well,
I didn't know who the hell he was until, here, I'll bring it back up. I didn't even know who the heck this kid was until he started spamming my Facebook.
Exactly. So it's like, why are you coming to attack this person who literally doesn't know you exist, trying to make her feel bad?
I don't get notifications for that Facebook. Somebody sent me an email with a few screenshots saying, "Hey, Anna, I just wanted you to know that this is going on your Facebook, because you don't have like mods and you don't really monitor the Facebook. You just use it to post, links and stuff."
Yeah.
And so that's how I found. And they even said, like, "I know you're dealing with this. I know you probably won't see this until after, but I just wanted to let you know." And I'm like, at that point in the day, I'm like, I kind of need a distraction for what I'm dealing with. I just saw that Thundercats, and I pulled it up here. I'll put the link in the private chat.
Yeah,
private chat it. But so yeah, it's like all these people that come out and like attack me, attack Jesse. It's like, or other people in the fandom, we wouldn't know who the fuck you guys were if you didn't come into our timeline, because I don't go out and search myself. I don't go out and search people that hate the fandom menace. The only reason I find out about this kind of stuff is because people tag me, or all of a sudden there's an old video that all of a sudden just gets all these views, and I get all these comments as people going, "Ree, you're the embodiment of all evil," and it's like, okay.
Do shit to you. It's like, you walk the walk, and that's the whole thing with them with this. And what I realize is that's their tactic. They have to come out and they have to. Why you always ask me why, Anna, and why why do people come at you so viciously? You won't do anything to these people, and I realized really why when it started happening to Jay, after with his stuff. Everyone's going after him now. Oh, you must be this horrible, evil person because you talked to Gina Carano. Like, first of all, Gina Carano is a perfectly decent, lovely person by all accounts. Just because she doesn't believe some of the things you believe doesn't mean she's a bad person. I don't necessarily agree with some of the things she believes, but she's not a bad person. And even if she did have some beliefs that I didn't think were right or good or whatever, Jay, knowing or liking her, has nothing to do with the quality of person he is, Because, hey, I only know what she puts out on social media. Jake has gotten to talk to her. There's a whole person, a whole life behind whatever she tweets about that I'm not going to judge her as a human being without knowing a little bit more about it, because she is very tight-lipped about her beliefs publicly, and I commend her for that. So if Jay, who I know to be a good guy, is telling me Gina Carano is a lovely, wonderful human being, well, I'm going to believe that over some a-holes running around on Twitter saying she's a bootlicking whatever horrible things they wanted to say about her. And so but those people can't handle that. So what they have to do instead of accepting that maybe they were wrong about Gina Carano, maybe they were wrong to dismiss somebody so immediately just because she didn't think the things they thought. No, they have to destroy Jay. They have to discredit him to make themselves feel better, because they can't accept the possibility that they're the ones who are wrong, that they're the ones who are immoral. Why? Because they have done so many shitty things to people to good people in the name of their morality. That to accept that they are the ones who are wrong and they are the ones who are immoral would be to accept that they are the bad guys and to own the shit that they have done, and they are not strong enough to do that. So that's why they go after you, Anna, because you represent everything they wish they could be but aren't. A good, decent person who has the strength to wake up every morning and put yourself out there into the world saying the things you believe in. And you know what makes it worse? Not only are you smart, articulate, and empowered, you're beautiful. You are attractive in a classic feminine way, and it drives them crazy to see somebody who has it all, because they refuse to look past the things you have that they never will. And the joke is that they could have all of those things if they just got over themselves. These are not hard to attain. You know, looking nice and decent, being a good human being, and just saying the things you believe in, it's really not that hard when you cut through the bullshit. And
well, I mean, I don't like to bring appearance and stuff into it, and I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more so it's like they assume they're like, you should be on our side because it's like, oh, you're not like a toxic white man, so therefore you should be on our side. And because you aren't this thing that we have in a checklist, you're the thing, you know, technically you're wearing our colors, you should be on our team. Why are you playing for that team? So then they lose their minds further.
Here's the thing. I will bring appearance into it because it's 100% about that. And that's the whole thing. It's not fair to us and to people like us to get scapegoated and treated a certain way by other women because they are mad at us for looking a certain way. I get treated a certain way as an adult person because I get people all the time, oh, you just think you're this because you're pretty and you look a certain way, so this and that and the other. I'm like, bitch, I grew up thinking I was the ugly fucking duckling. I still every day read my chats, read my comments. People want to come at her every day and try to tear me down over looking this and that and the other. So I get it from both sides. I still get people who want to tear me down because I don't look a certain way. I don't cut my hair, the way they think a girl should, or wear the amount of makeup they think a girl should. So I get it from one side about all of that shit. And then I get it from the other side where like, well, you're just a pretty girl and obnoxious about it. And this, so I will fucking say what it is. You get treated a certain way if people think you're attractive because people make assumptions about your life and what it's like if you look a certain way. People treat me a certain way because they assume that I have always been this confident about my appearance and my looks in my life my whole life. And they assume that my life has been a certain way because I've always just walked around going, I'm good looking and I don't care if you agree or not. And that's not the reality. So they treat you a certain way, Anna, because of that, and it's fucked up, and you should call out. It is about looks. It is about people feeling entitled. It's discrimination. The same people want to run their mouth saying discrimination is so wrong, want to discriminate against you because of the way that you naturally look and then the way you choose to present yourself, which has nothing to do with them, and that somehow makes them think that it's okay for them to tear you down because they've made assumptions about the kind of person you are because of something that's just different. Literally, that's just different about you.
I mean, maybe it comes into play with like the really, really shallow people, but I think it's also like, I mean, I've noticed a lot of these people are very unwilling to listen to anything other than the ideas that they have in their head. And if you say, like, it's kind of like 2 + 2 = 4, and they're like 2 + 2 = 4, and it's like, yeah, but guess what? So does 3 + 1, and they're like, no, it's only 2 + 2, and it's like, well, 3 + 1. Guess what? That's 4. That's 4 fingers.
But it's the wrong way to do it. It's the wrong way. You can't do it that way, and you're evil if you do it that way.
Exactly. But then it's like, it's always like, there's this side of the story, there's this side of the story, and then there's the truth.
Exactly.
And so they're like, this is it. And I'm like, well, no, this is my opinion. And then the truth is, the truth.
Exactly. The truth usually has elements of both. And people always like to say the truth is somewhere in between. No, not always. The truth always has elements of both sides, but sometimes one side is more right than the other. And that's something about me that is like, my sense of justice and fairness has nothing to do with everything being equal and 50-50, because I have lived a lot of my life being the person who got the short end of the stick in that situation. Because the thing is, when equal means everybody is 50-50, that means somebody always has to lose, because anyone above that 50 has to be brought down while the other people are being brought up. And so that's why I look at shit and it's like, oh, you know, everything's gotta be perfectly equal, perfectly 50-50, perfectly this. Nope. That's not how life works. Some people have things that you don't. You have some things that other people don't. And you just gotta fucking deal with it. And rather than, you know, running around trying to, as your post so eloquently put it, counting the sprinkles on someone else's Sunday while you're letting yours melt, you know, eat your fucking Sunday and shut up.
Exactly. And I mean, I saw it. Yeah, guys. Yeah. 1 minus 5 equals 4 2. Well, wouldn't that be negative? It would have to be 5 minus 1.
I think you mean 5 minus 1.
Well, that's what they said in the chat. There's a lot of different math ways that you can get 4. That was just my example. But yeah, it's just, I think in this case in particular, I think that he is possibly on the spectrum, and I think he needs help, especially since we saw in those Facebook messages, which I tried to go find, but again, guys, I think it's on my old computer, but he had like, I don't know if it was his cousin or his best friend, I can't remember because it was over a year ago, but he was like, what do you, like, you probably shouldn't do this, you know? And like somebody that knew him was saying that and saying that he's not usually like this. So I think in this particular case, he just doesn't understand. But at the same time, that doesn't excuse the fact that you're being, you know, a jackass.
Exactly. Actually, that was a lot of the meat of the talk we had before this, is that some of the people in the world, you can feel every sympathy for why they are the way they are, but it doesn't mean you have to tolerate their behavior. And people like this, they want that. They want you to tolerate their behavior because they want to be the victim. They want to say, well, this is the way I am, and instead of changing, you know, feel bad for me or do this stuff for me. No, just, you know, stop. Just stop acting that way. Everyone, and that's like, everyone wants to act like they're the only ones who go through things and the only ones who deal with shit, and you're so and like they want to act like the world is so callous and cruel and unkind because it doesn't understand what they're going through. No, the world is just going through its own shit on its own time, and it doesn't have time for your shit. So while you're sitting here going, poor me, the world doesn't understand me, literally everyone else in the fucking world is going through their own personal shit that is, in some cases, not as bad as what you're going through. In some cases, it's way fucking worse, and you just don't know. So maybe deal with your own shit and let other people deal with theirs, and then like be a decent person in the in-between.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, why does it matter what I do on my channel? Like, why is me saying what I think and feel on my own channel detrimental to your life? And then he says, oh, well, she like attacks Ryan Johnson. I'm like, I gave my opinions on Ryan Johnson, just like he said F you to all of us. I don't tag him. I don't go on his mentions. I don't even follow him on Twitter. You know, I don't want anything to do with him, but I'm going to talk about what happened with the Star Wars movie. And guess what? I haven't talked about Ryan Johnson. Well, I can say this year because it's, you know, January 15th. But, I mean, I can't even remember the last time I made a Ryan Johnson video. You know, it's, and again, I don't tag him. I don't bother him. I don't even follow him. So, like, the whole thing, it's like, you're going out of your way to come and stalk me because that's not what he's done. He went onto my Facebook. This was what, a few days ago, January 11th, so 2 days ago, when he started commenting on my videos. And then I think Drunk told me that he was commenting on Drunk's videos now. And so it's like, you're going out of your way to get your comments flagged because this was a held for review comment. And then it's like, he created I think a Twitter like last year, like December or November last year. So I'm like, so then you created a Twitter so you can stalk us as well and talk shit about us in other threads. So I think he might be on the spectrum because it's either that or he's a complete fucking jackass and he doesn't care about anything. But
see, this is the kind of people that you and I are, though. Like, literally, this guy has been nothing but a piece of shit to you, and you are sitting here still trying to make excuses for his behavior and making excuses for why we shouldn't be too hard on him. Like, that's the kind of person you are, and yet that's why it makes me so mad when people feel so entitled to run their mouths, because it's the talent of, I'm so high and mighty, I'm so morally fierce, I'm going to needle you, I'm going to find the best examples of people who I think are, you know, too good. They sound too logical. They're too good to be the representations of my enemies, and I have to destroy them by needling at them and going after them and attacking them over and over and over until the one time they lash out or do something or say something, you go, see, you're an asshole after all. Same thing happened to Gina Carano, where people went after her with death threats, with the worst shit in the world, until she finally made one joke in response, and everyone went, "Oh, so now you're mocking trans people? Oh, yeah." It's like, wow, could the double standard be any more glaring? And it's the same stuff that happens to you. It's people want to get on your case about everything and be horrible to you, and the second you say one thing, they can latch on to you. They go, see what she said. See what she said. This is proof she's a horrible person. So, yeah.
Well, no, I saw that earlier too. Like, people are losing their minds over like a Jack Show quote or like a Jack Show joke from like, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago, and they're losing their minds because somebody has like a recording of it. And I'm like, you obviously don't know anything about the Jack Show. You also don't know the context behind the joke. So they're taking this joke out of context and like just running with it like I'm the worst person in the world. And I'm like, if you knew the context behind the joke, you would see how stupid you sound, but that's what they're trying to do now. And it's like, oh my God, you people are fucking stupid.
I always thought that was like, there was it was a weird shift that happened. And actually it was interesting. It was around the time kind of the Jack Show was starting and taking off as this fun new thing with this raunchier sense of humor that you guys were bringing kind of, and that was sort of spilling over into the fandom. I really liked it because it was like, yes, this is great. Also, Jay, we always got your back, buddy. And if CNN,
what's going on with Brooke? What is he? The CNN shit?
Oh, he said it. He says, "I need you to protect me, please."
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
We got you. Also, if other mainstream outlets start running this article, I want to do a like analysis of how the different news sites present it. Since this is one of those, we know like the truth.
We know the truth.
So let's see. Now we can really figure out exactly what the slant is between these different writers and things. Joshua Ball says it can also be about bragging rights. Joe Nobody got on this high-profile person's radar, and now they're being talked about. It's effed up, though. Joshua Ball, yes. In this case, like I said, this guy's one of those believers. You know, he's a noble crusader.
Yeah, there are people that 100% go after us just to get a reaction, and you can see it from a mile away, and so you just don't respond to those people.
Exactly. So that's why it's important. That's kind of why we did that Conquering the Troll stream. The whole intention was not just to rip on this one complete moron who was so out of whack, so as to like be like, why are you spending years stalking people online just to try to tell them they're wrong? What that ultimately does is like it lets you realize how beyond the pale some of these people are, and to learn the difference, to be like, okay, someone like this who needs to just be like shut down, you know, and it's fine. Like he's someone who's fine to dunk on because he will never gain anything from the additional spotlight because he can never do anything with it. As opposed to the attention seekers and the clout seekers who are looking for that attention. They know exactly what to do with it when you give it to them. So when you spot those, you don't give them jack shit because all they're looking for is a nugget that they can make a video about or make a post about or make a something about.
Well, so it's like you can tell immediately, like if there's a YouTuber or a streamer and all of their content is just talking shit about other people, it's like, so they're just looking for a fight. Like especially they go after people with certain like subscriber counts just because they want to get into fights with them. So that way they get, you know, new subs or new followers on Twitter. And that's all they do. And so for whatever reason, like all of a sudden now I started getting that. I don't know why. Recently it's just been an influx of like, oh, why is this video from like a year ago getting views? Oh, it's because some weirdo like talked about it and then sent everyone like to just mass spam it. And it's like, all right, well, thanks for making me some money on this old video that wasn't doing anything. Thanks. You're not worth my time. Oh, what's up, Shiny?
Hey, Shiny FX says that they feel good attacking people because they see as bad. They feel good attacking people they see as bad because they see it as a good thing. It gives them a rush and they view you as an acceptable target. It's a great point.
That's very true. But also there's miserable people. And I have to use this analogy a lot. It's because a miserable person doesn't want to be around anyone that has any kind of positivity or has anything going for them. And when they see somebody that's happy or being successful, it's the same thing. It's like, you're letting your ice cream melt because you see that person has sprinkles, but you have ice cream. You have an ice cream cone. What if that person has less ice cream? They just have sprinkles on it, but they're too busy counting your sprinkles. They're letting their ice cream melt, and so they just want, they want to like put out whatever kind of flame you have to make themselves feel better because their flame's out.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I say. It all goes back to that. Like, even if you see someone as bad and it gives you a rush to put them in their place because you think it's a good thing, good people, good, healthy people, even when they're morally right, in those situations, that's not how you should, like, let's put it this way. The only time I feel good about smacking someone down is when they have gone after somebody I care about. That's the only time it's like viscerally fun for me to like put them in their place, because that's something that I feel good doing because it's part of my like moral fiber as a person. If you hurt the people I care about, you are done. And that there's no limits on that. There's somebody who's very close to me in my life who it's become clear to me does not treat Jeff the way that I want my friends to treat him, and that person is no longer in my life. And it's as simple as that, because the thing is that's a person that I care about and they're great and stuff, but Jeff didn't do anything wrong to deserve that. And so I don't care how good of a person they are in other respects. If they're hurting someone else I care about, done. And that's my morality, and that goes deep. And so when I can do that, and because I know that putting someone in their place, is helping someone I care about, and I know how much it hurt that thing hurt that person, and that me doing this will maybe help them feel better, that's why I feel good. I don't feel good. Like, meant to offend videos are really fun for me. I don't do that to people face to face. If I meet somebody who I want to talk to about my opinions and my perspectives and they're wrong, I'm not going to sink into meant to offend with them. I'm going to actually try to find out why they believe what they believe and figure it out. When I see somebody in that situation, I come across a YouTuber who said some shit that's like, oh my God, I think they're dead ass wrong. My first instinct isn't let me go dunk on them or tell them why they're wrong or an idiot, or let me go ruin their lives so I can feel good about getting this terrible voice of horribleness out of the world. That doesn't make me feel good. I feel good if I can get that person to listen. I feel good, not if I can get that person to change their mind or this or that, anything else, or ruin them or end them. I feel the best if I can get that person to go, oh, I never thought of it that way. I don't even need them to change their mind or think of it my way or think I'm right at all. But if I can get them to go, oh, I never thought of it that way. Now I feel good, because that's change. We all say that's what we want. We want positive change in the world. You don't get change by dunking on people or trying to put evil people in the vanquishing humans. You get change by presenting something better into the world and watching the seeds grow. And so I agree with you, Shiny FX, that's why they do it. But I think if you meet somebody who kind of gets off on putting the evil people in their place like this and, wants to be proud of how many people they've blocked or doxed or this or that, that shows that they don't want good things. They don't want unity, division, healing, progress, change, a good world with positive messages and blah. They just want to be right, to be validated, to feel better, to whatever.
Well, and I mean, also, gosh, I was listening to you, so I kind of lost my point because I had something. Now I just completely had a brain fart.
Oh, no.
What were you talking about? Oh my God, I have like the biggest brain fart.
I was just trying to go back and find what someone was saying, because I'm forgetting what I just said because.
Well, no, it was oh my God, I apologize, guys. What just happened? I looked at the chat. That's always what happens. I look at the chat and then I completely spaced.
I did the same thing because I looked over because I was following a thread before where Jessica Butler, thank you for the super chat. I see you got it to work. And I'll highlight that in just a minute. Jessica Butler, who I don't know if I've ever seen you live in a chat before. So hi and welcome, because you're on my, this is actually an exciting moment for me. Because do you ever have one of those listeners that's like, you see them in your comments for forever, but then like one day they finally show up on a live stream because I guess their schedule finally worked out for it. And you're like, oh my God, it's you. I feel like I know you, but like now this is like the most I've actually been able to like pointedly interact with you. So Jessica Butler, welcome to the Mindless Mob live and in person. I just want to like laud her for a second. And we'll just choose the one I'll pull up your super chat just for a second. Everyone say hi to Jessica, because she has been just sending support in my comments for forever. She always has something to drop in and just, to say something nice about a lot of videos. And then a lot of my really difficult ones or polarizing ones, she's always been there to support or to offer a really nuanced opinion. Or, just even sometimes we haven't agreed, I understand you're having some issue with the with getting text in the super. So Jessica, if you want to throw your text down in here, I will make sure I look out for your messages. So say hi, show her some love because she's been a humongous supporter of my channel since forever. So lots and lots of love for Jessica. I believe is a Canadian because she always sends me the Canadian flag and a heart in my comments. So.
Somebody's like, Anna's brain finally gave into the sugar. No, it's been over 25 hours now since I've slept.
Yeah, it's gonna be the
so like my brain just spazzed out, but I had something important to say and I fucking lost it.
Let me trace it back because we were talking about people treating you shitty for shitty reasons. Because I was on that last super chat about people feeling like you're evil. I'm trying to think of what you had just because you had made a really good point right before I responded to that super chat about.
Well, it was something about what you said that I was thinking like
okay.
that.
Because I was talking about how it's even if you're right, the morally right one and doing the right things, you don't get off on like putting people in their place. Like I only,
Oh, I remember what it was. Okay, you were saying that you get like what it is for you is that you like them to say, oh, I didn't think about it that way. Like for them to see that there's another perspective out there. What happens when it's like somebody, oh, I see a video I don't like. Okay, so I don't finish watching it. I click out of it. I go do something else that's going to bring me joy. And if it's like really, if it's stupid, then I'm just like, I send it to my friend and I laugh. Kind of like that article that was going around. Yellow Flash actually sent it to me, and then I sent it to Drunk, and then I sent it to It's a Gundam. And I'm like, you guys have to, I just had to read these. You two have to suffer too. Toxic masculinity, my fucking ass. And they're like, oh God, why? Why did you do this to me?
I love it.
So, like, that's one of the things. If it's so bad, like I'm just like, I have to share my pain with you guys.
Yeah, you guys.
And I always do it to like the people that I know. Like I'm like, your reaction is going to be the best one to this situation. Because there's been times when I've sent something to you where I'm like, I had to see this. Now you have to see it too. That's what I do when I see something bad. Either I just keep scrolling past it, or I send it to somebody to laugh at, or
share your pain with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, no one wants to be miserable alone. And I love it, but it's exactly that. Like I used to occasionally, if someone sent me a video or I clicked on a video that like made me mad, I'd keep getting riled up and I'd watch through just to yell back at the screen. But then I got to a point where it's like once I started to feel that, like I'd watch it, I get to a point where I was like, oh my God, I want to yell at this person. And I'd keep watching it. By the time they made the second point that made me want to do that, I would go like, okay, click away. All right, clearly I hate what this person has to say. They've struck two nerves immediately. I can sit here and spend another 10 minutes popping a blood vessel, getting riled about the shit they say that I can't do anything about. Or I can just leave and just go do something that makes me happy. Instead, go yell about it to Jeff for a minute and then move on.
Well, then I always have this tiny little puppy that just stares at me with the biggest puppy eyes. Tulip. What is it? What are you doing? And she's just like, why aren't you looking at me? Why aren't you paying direct attention to me right now? Come here. Come here. Can I kiss? All right. Well, I guess now we can lead in, since we got all of that out of the way.
Yes. Well, I was going to read these.
Wait, were you still leading into
Army Hammer? Yeah.
Oh, wow, good. I didn't miss it.
You didn't miss it. We're about to.
No, so now, Jeff, we're just going to start the Army Hammer. So, guys.
I'm going to read this one super chat. Okay. It's about trolls. And actually, I'll read a couple of these because there are a lot. These last two are about the last topic, and then we'll dive into Army. He stopped showing up at mine after commenting on my Mando review post-Christmas. Maybe I went in a little too deep and ripped it up too hard. Hopefully. So that's AK's long-standing pest that was dogging Anna's footsteps. So I'm glad you got rid of him, at least for the moment. You deserve a little bit of a break. And then we have a wonderful super chat from Dax Morgan. Thank you for the incredibly generous super chat. It says, hello, Jesse. Hail Queen Anna. Silencing someone's voice is an inherently evil act, and those who enable, support, or execute it are no better. Cancel culture is a cancer, and they come after people like you out of jealousy. Couldn't agree more. You need all of the voices, even and especially the ones you disagree with. Otherwise, you're just going to go wrong. There's just no way to stay on the path without understanding all of the perspectives. And Thundercats, ho! Thank you for the super sticker. Let's see, I'm gonna flip over to see what it's of. Of a 1-up. Thank you for the 1-up, Hippo. And without further ado, actual cannibal, Army Hammer.
All right, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I see it's a little... Okay, so I saw Army Hammer was trending the other day, and so I clicked on it. I was like, oh, he's probably in a new movie. And I saw this tweet, and it's no. I immediately see Hannibal Lecter. Now, guys, Silence of the Lambs is my favorite book. It's also my favorite movie. And so I see this, and I immediately see Hannibal Lecter, and I'm like, oh my God, are they going to... Because there's the new Clarice show, which is terrible. I have read the script for the pilot episode. It's fucking shit, and it's going to destroy fucking the Silence of the Lambs. But what would you expect? It's made by Alex Kurtzman, who's destroyed Star Trek. So now he's fucking up. I thought that Silence of the Lambs would be untouchable. Guess I was wrong. So I see this, and I'm like, oh, is he going to be in the Clarice show? Because I immediately see Hannibal Lecter, and then I start reading. Multiple victims of Army Hammer came out saying he used his fame to manipulate him to have sex, calling him kitties and drink their blood. Now, what in Hannibal Lecter? And so there's this entire thread, which I'll link it in the chat. So if any of you guys want to go and look at this and like document it and keep like save the screenshots, because I have a feeling he has a very powerful family, which is why a lot of YouTubers aren't going to talk about this, because his family can get it shut down. Mm-hmm. So go save this. But so we're going to read. And so then somebody said like, oh, that they were faking it. But then that tweet got deleted, because then not only is it they're just screenshots, there's also recordings, which we will listen to. And then they're like you see here, somebody like screen recorded them messaging him. Well, so, do you want me to read a page and then you read a page?
Yeah, sure thing. Happy to do it.
So it is this is NC-17, everyone. So it's above rated R. So here we go. Oh my God, that just made me so hard, and it makes me confused as to why. Is that even possible? Question mark, question mark. So hard, thinking of holding your heart in my hand and controlling when it beats. I am 100% a cannibal. I want to eat you. Fuck, that's scary to admit, B. I've never admitted that before. I've cut the heart out of a living animal before and eaten it while still warm.
Oh God.
So this is like the I think the girl that released it. Do you want to read it? Do you want me to just read it?
I can read it. He is obsessed with drinking blood. This deeply rooted cannibal side of him is scary. He was obsessed with drinking my blood. His manipulative behavior rewired my brain to make me see love in it. You are not alone. # speak up, truth, and facts.
So here we go. Here's more. Need your help ASAP, kitten.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Anna. Who do you want to play? Do you want to play Army Hammer or do you want to play the kitten?
I'll play Army Hammer. You play the kitten.
Okay.
Need your help ASAP, kitten. You around? I'll phone you later.
Yes, how may I be of help, Daddy? Oh my God.
Oh my God. When you call me like it, I get so horny. Oh my God, this is weird. I need to drink your blood. Why the distance?
I'm yours, Daddy. I will help you.
I need you to rent us a place and set it up with a list of things I'll mail you about.
Of course. Where?
I'm going to be so naughty and kinky with you there. Oh, the possibilities. Ha 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 ha. I like how he's the millionaire, but he wants her to rent the place. You're my angel. You're made to save me. You're mine. You hear me? Say it now.
I am yours. I belong to you.
Say that you're mine. Mine. M-I-N-E. I own you now. I'll own you forever.
I do. I am yours, Daddy. Sorry, I got
Good girl.
I'm yours, Daddy.
Good girl. Your body is so fucking perfect, and it's mine, and I'm into you. I need your blood. I crave it. This sounds like dialogue for a really bad porn, like a vampire porn. I will. Will you give it to me tomorrow? Don't forget that you're mine.
That topic, once again, it is very intense.
I'm intense. I need your blood. I want you to feed me with it. Oh my God. I mean, does he like it when like girls are on their period?
I
Okay.
want to know.
So now I'm gonna play the audio, but I have to mute myself because then you'll just hear. Oh wait, no, I think it'll. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. So I'm gonna play it. You tell me if you can hear it.
Yeah. They were very risque DMs with someone who I was involved with in very much a sort of like kink-based relationship, if you will. So a lot of shit was said that also most people don't relate to. It's kink, it's niche, it's fetish, right? So that's bad. And as if that wasn't bad enough, think about this. You're having sex with someone and you say something to them in the heat of a moment when you're having sex. If someone else comes up to you and says, oh my God, I heard you said this to that person, like you said, out of the context, out of the heat of the moment, out of that safe place where it fucking sounds perfect to say, it's a little cringy.
You mean like when Dane Cook said my dick feels like corn?
What?
It's one of his jokes from his like first routine, one of his early routines was how you say weird stuff in the bedroom, and he was in bed with a woman and he once said my dick feels like corn.
That is weird.
So this is, give me the butter, baby, give me the butter.
So this is another one. There is a lot of screenshots showcasing his manipulation towards each of these women. It's all in the Insta stories of the accounts I linked above. Here's a few though. So this, let's see, claims and screenshots come from all over TikTok and those two Instagram accounts, which are exposing him at, okay, so these are the Instagram accounts. Okay, so let's read these ones. Kitten, I see you soon. I'm so fucking excited.
Did you fix that problem? Yes, very soon.
What problem?
The fuck your wife so she lets shit go problem?
Haha, not yet. But I brought a boner pill for tomorrow night just to make sure I seal the deal. They bumped her from first class and we didn't even sit next to each other. Whoa, why did they bump her from first class?
That's shitty. I like this chick though, whichever chick this one is. I like that she's like, yo, fuck your wife so she gets over her shit. I'm like, if you're you shouldn't be sleeping with a married man anyway, but if you're going to and you're still encouraging him to fuck his wife, that's like, I'm gonna like you the best out of all of them. Let's put it that way. I'm gonna hate you the least. Let me put it that way. I'll hate you the least.
Okay. I will always be honest with you, but don't count on it coming up. Ha ha ha. I have always been more
monogamous.
Sorry, than not. Don't know why. Ha ha ha. I just texted Luca that you might be coming to Berlin. His response: are you falling for your pet?
Oh, well, that was quick. He's going to Berlin for sure.
Yes, it's his movie premiering there. He wants to meet you. Sundance 2, they aren't mutually exclusive. Sundance will be a good trial run. It's closer and easier.
Lol.
Am I being greedy?
Bank robber trial run. About what?
Wanting both.
Not at all.
Wanting all the time.
Ooh la la.
I am asking her if I go alone or with Elizabeth. If alone, I will be early.
Baby, choke me this time too, please.
Kitten, ... Imagine, ... Oh my God, ...
Yes, sir.
If you always have my schedule and we met up and I blank you all those different places, why would they censor that word? Okay, so that wasn't as bad. Here's more.
You have the toe one because the toe one's my personal favorite.
I don't know which one that is, but we're gonna get there.
Okay.
I've thought about you and I doming the fuck and doming and fucking and you being dommed and fuck so goddamn much the last few years. I have thought about you so much. It's been so hard not talking to you. I know I needed. Okay, guys, aside from the camalism, don't do this.
Don't do this guy.
The only reason this works is because he is good looking and he also has millions and millions of dollars.
Wait, this is my favorite part. Can I read the rest of this one? This is my
go ahead.
Oh my god, I've thought about you so much. It's been so hard not talking to you. I know I needed to, but it was so tough. You are the goddamn standard I hold women to in terms of kink and enjoyment of fucking them. You set the bar too high. You are like the Michael Phelps of fucking. The line from fucking John LaJoy's like "Show Me Your Genital" songs. I'm the Jean-Claude Van Damme of having sex, but instead of fighting people, I have sex with them. Like that's literally what this sounds like. Everyone else just doesn't have what you have. Wow. Okay, that came spilling out, and I feel badly. If I said too much, I'm sorry. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They're not in the background. I don't think that's what's happening.
Every time I have fucking someone in the ass, since you the only way I can come is if I pretend I'm fucking you in the ass.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
It's incredible frustrating. God, he cannot type. I don't know. You were the most intense and extreme version of that I've ever had. Raping you on your floor with the knife against you, everything else seemed boring. You crying and screaming, me standing over you. I felt like a god. I've never felt such power or intensity. Okay, now it's starting to get fucked up.
That's terrifying.
I'd chase you down and pounce on you so fast if you tried to walk away. Fuck. You'll need something strong to hold me back from you. I can see this so clearly in my head, so clearly, and I can smell you. I can smell your pussy, your skin. I will, no question. I need to see my kitten. I will make this work. I feel like it's a strong magnet and I'm being pulled. Oh, it says you've blocked this account. You want to read this?
This is about London, February 2020. Need to see his kitten. He did. Unfortunately, I misunderstood which kitten and got ghosted when he landed.
Whoa.
See, the more we read of these, the more I'm starting to see what I think is the whole picture here. We can keep reading and get into it in a minute.
Well, I want to find the one about him eating the toes.
Yeah, I'm keeping the toe forever because, oh God, what was? I think I actually might have that one just like over here. I can read it real quick. Where was it?
Here's one. If you were next to me, I'd give you the tiniest cut and then fall back asleep sucking on it. Just a little trickle of your blood. The taste of your iron and the minerals.
You know what he reminds me of? Russell Hall. This is Army Hammer. Like this is purportedly Army Hammer's private messages to his sex kittens. Russell Hall. That is what we're reading. And Runs with Fandoms, you are so right. He says we need Cecil Oxmal. What is
well, I mean, this is probably what we're going to talk about on the Jack show.
You should definitely have Cecil read these out loud tomorrow. And please record, clip all of those and save them forever. I want that. That's should be the gold standard of dirty talk is Cecil reading Army Hammer's creepy messages. So here's the one. It was, you just live to obey and be my slave. I will own you. That's my soul, my brain, my spirit, my body. Will you come and be my property till you die? If I wanted to cut off one of your toes and keep it with me in my pocket, so I always had a piece of you in my possession? ?
Okay, so Cecil, I sent Cecil this, and he's just like, you know what you could do? So I have a skin tag. Cecil sent me for it to come off, and so it's like see this? I just call it my little raisin. It just, it's actually kind of long, but he's just like, when your skin tag falls off, you can send it to him, and I'm like,
ew. Roger Haynes, thanks for the thumbs up. We appreciate the super sticker. Oh my god. Cecil, I think this is Cecil's voice. I'm even more terrifying at that Star Wars girl. So, oh my god, this stuff is so weird. I want to take a second though. There was somebody in the chat earlier who was like having a tantrum. We get these people every now and then where like someone decides they really want us to talk about something, even though like apparently they don't realize we actually like plan a show ahead of time and we already know what we're going to talk about. And so they run their mouths. They don't even super chat. Russell Hall, Army Hammer. He's been in a bunch of movies. He was like recently, Call Me by Your Name was the big one recently. The movie that like made Timothy.
He was in the movie with Henry Cavill, the man from U.N.C.L.E. He was in The Social Network. He played the twins.
He was he also played. Didn't he play the husband in the Ruth Bader Ginsburg movie? Yeah, he was he played her husband in the in what was it On the Basis of Sex. To what's her face? The woman playing. I can't remember blanking the actor's name now. But yeah, he's everywhere. Like he's
Here, I'll pull him up. He was in the Lone.
You'd recognize him. It's this stuff's so weird.
Okay, so this is him. You know, he's in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Call Me by Your Name, Social Network. So yeah, this dude.
This guy. So that's what he looked like. The funny
he was gonna be Batman.
He was, yeah. He was. I thought he would have been a good choice too. Like,
so did I. I was like, he would have been a great Bruce Wayne. And now it's like, actually,
he's never.
I don't know. Do another Hannibal Lecter prequel, and there you go.
Seriously, like I always thought, I mean, like he's never one of my favorites, but I always thought he was very good looking and an actor I liked. So,
well, you know what this kind of reminds me of, like Bluebeard, and how he tells his wife, don't go in that one room, and then she goes in the one room to find out, because he's like, oh, Bluebeard, he's rich, he's handsome, and you know he's in love with you, he wants to marry you, but there's something that everyone warns you about, like don't marry Bluebeard. She marries Bluebeard. He says, don't go in that room at the top of the hall to the left, don't ever open that door, don't ever go in there. He leaves, she goes in there, it's all of his dead wives, because he kills all of his wives. This and Hannibal Lecter had a love child, and it's him.
There you go. Exactly. Doyle Hargrave says, this makes me think of my ex-neighbor who shaved women's heads. Glad I moved. Wonder if he was Army Hammer now. Maybe.
Yeah, you're right. Ted Bundy used his looks to get his victims.
There you go. I mean, it's creepy just because you're a good... Now, here's the thing, though. So, first of all, I just wanted to comment on that person who I think left, and good. I didn't want to say anything unless they had left. Because it's like, they got fed up and they were like, fine, bye, because they wanted us to talk about, like, can we just I just want to take a moment to process that level of entitlement. That, like, you went to somebody's live stream, you started just saying things in the chat and asking them to talk about what you wanted them to talk about. And because they didn't immediately stop what they had already planned their show around to talk about what you wanted to talk about, you had a hissy fit and left.
What did they want us to talk about?
I don't even know. I never saw it. I just kept seeing them. I saw the point where they started adding me, saying, talk about, like, why won't you talk about what I talk about? Why won't you read my messages? Why won't you blah, blah, blah? That's when I tapped in, because we were talking. So sorry, guys. I don't read every single one of your messages when Anna and I are going to roll, because I assume that most of you are here to watch us talk to each other, because, you know, that's how the show's kind of marketed.
Well, and our topics. I'm trying to find it.
Exactly. No, it was not Jessica Butler. Jessica Butler's a hero. We love Jessica Butler. No, it was somebody whose name was in all caps. Jessica Butler's a wonderful person. No, she asked for us to touch on something very respectfully, and I did tell her already in the chat that we will we'll hit on it. And only because like I said, like I called her out when she was here. She's a wonderful listener who's been around for a billion years. So someone like that, when she goes, hey, Jesse, you know, can you guys talk about this? I'll go, sure, Jessica Butler. I would love to, you know, give you my take on this thing that you've nicely asked me to do. When the other person, he was trying to glop onto that when I responded to Jessica, or because I was paying attention to Jessica. Yeah, when she talks about that, she can talk about this other thing too. And I didn't even finish reading that message because I was like, fuck this guy. This guy is an entitled prick. Jessica Butler is a wonderful human being.
I'm trying to find it. I don't know.
Who I'd also like to preface too, wasn't just in the chat trying to ask me to say stuff, like was trying to send a super chat with a question, but sent the super chat, couldn't get the message to work, sent the message after. So just want to put that out there. Yeah, this is creepy. Who you got, Mark McDonald? But here's my thing. It's a good Gojira Star 5477 says if they do another Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer movie, he just shot up on the list.
Yeah, I mean, all those SJWs are psyched. They're like, you need to be this thing to play this character, and it's like, well,
oh, there you go.
You need to play a cannibal and like a, one of the
Hammer.
weird guys,
Army Hammer for all your cannibal and serial killer needs.
Oh, you know what's funny is that person that was bitching. This is the quartering video that he wanted us to talk about, or
is it?
Yeah, he wanted us to talk about this, and he left.
Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, maybe then they can talk about the quartering video too. And I was like, bro, I haven't even seen the quartering video.
Well, I didn't. I just saw the thumbnail, and it's quartering talking about this.
There you go. So I guess that's the one he wanted us to talk about anyway. So
and all right, go back to Army Hammer being a vampire. Yeah, we are. We just needed to show everyone who Army Hammer was. For context, this is Army Hammer. So the thing about Army Hammer, though, his family has gotten him roles. So the only reason he was in The Social Network is because his family got him the role.
Now,
and they insisted that he would get awards because he played two characters because he played the twins. And so, but his grandfather created Arm and Hammer, which is why his name is Army Hammer.
Which is stupid. Which is why I knew about him for a long time, I think, before, because like he was one of those people who was like always in the news outside of being an actor because of who his family was. So like he was always aware of long before I saw a lot of his movies. But the thing is he's good, like I don't have anything bad to say about him as an actor. I really don't. If Russell Hall says, just by looking at the pic, I'd assume he's a perfectly nice and respectable gay dude. Appearances can be deceiving. The funny thing is that that big movie, Call Me by Your Name, he does play a gay dude in it. But he was married. They did split, and infidelity was one of the reasons she cited for the split. So I can't help but look at this and feel like, who's the real victim here? Is he this monster, or is he actually, the impression that I'm getting by everything we're reading is that he is somebody who has proclivities for weird kinks and stuff like that, and doesn't understand how to. So here's the thing: we're going to get into the deep dive into Dom stuff. Actually, here's something I'll put out there. Anna, I have a friend who is in the like sex work is her thing, like in sex therapy, and she's very involved in kink community and stuff like that. She'd be a really interesting person to have on to talk about just the psychology of like bizarre kinks and like the line between what's healthy and healthy ways to express weird strange proclivities and then where it gets unhealthy. Because this to me, like knowing her and knowing that kind of stuff she does and hearing the way she talks about it, to me, I'm looking at this going, oh, he has these things that he's trying to express that he knows are wrong per se. So he found the kink community and BDSM as a way to try to express these desires or feelings that he has that he knows are inappropriate. And he thinks that just because he's in the kink community now, he can just do it however he wants to. And so...
You know what I just realized? He's the real life Christian Grey.
He really is. He really is exactly like that, where it's like, oh, you're rich and you're powerful and you want all this kinky shit. So you're doing all of this because you don't understand that being a dom is not about using your money, power, and influence to get whatever you want. Being a dom actually involves a lot more care and compassion for the sub than a lot of doms are willing to put in. And so what it sounds like happened to me is one of his subs, basically, he split from his wife and all that shit, over these infidelities, which is wrong. You should not cheat on your wife. If you have these things and these weird sexual desires that you need to express, you either need to, the reason I brought the friend up is, Anna, if you wanted to have her onto the Matriarchy, like next week or another week, I could see if she's available to come on and talk about this stuff. So we can talk about that if we think that we want to dig into this topic more, or I might just, if you guys are interested.
Well, let's see because what if all of this gets disproven next week, or what if new news comes out? So let's see what the time it is next week.
Someone just said that apparently he just dropped out of a movie he was supposed to be doing on, because of that. So.
Whoa.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Russell, you're right. Okay, let me click on this and see if there's like Army Hammer news. So let's go to news.
Let's find out what's new.
Army Hammer breaks silence on vicious online attacks of exiting Jennifer Lopez movie. What's this? Okay. Army Hammer breaks silence on vicious online attacks after exiting Jennifer Lopez movie. Taking time. Oh God, go away. Taking time away from the spotlight. Army Hammer will no longer be part of Jennifer Lopez's upcoming shotgun wedding amid allegations about his personal life, with Us Weekly can confirm. Celebrity sex confessions. Oh God. Let me zoom in more for this because I can't see this. Oh my God, go away. Block. Given the imminent start date of Shotgun Wedding, Army has requested to step away from the film, and we support him in this decision, a production spokesperson told us on Wednesday, January 13th. Not long after news broke, the 34-year-old actor spoke to TMZ. I'm not responding to these bullshit claims.
Yeah, I've got it right here. If you want me to read it.
This is it. It's right here.
I'd say if you want me to read out loud, I can. I'm saying I can read it on my. There you go. Okay, it's up here. Okay.
Claims, but in light of the vicious and spurious online attacks against me, I cannot, in good conscience, now leave my children for 4 months to shoot a film in the Dominican Republic. He said, "Lionsgate is supporting me in this, and I'm grateful to them for that."
I was going to say I was being clunky. I was saying I'm happy to read stuff for you. I never mind being.
Oh, gotcha.
I never mind being the reader because I don't.
You want to finish reading it?
Sure thing. Hammer's former fling, Jessica Clench and Enrique. Oh wait, sorry. Hammer has been trending on social media in most recent days as alleged text messages between him and several different women continue to surface online. In the unverified and graphic text threads, a man claiming to be Hammer allegedly writes about his fantasies of rape and cannibalism. Hammer's former fling, Jessica Stinchin Henriquez, meanwhile, alleged that the messages shared by Instagram under House of
Effie.
Under user half of Effie are real. She tweeted, "I'm seeing a lot of posts going around about how I'm a man hater, and I would just like to clarify, yes, I love women. I respect women, I stand by women, and I hate men who don't." Hammer has several other projects in the works, including the movie The $1 Billion Spy and a sequel to Ways of Called. Okay. Yeah, so the social media network's actor's personal life previously made headlines in 2013 when he described himself as a dominant lover during an interview with Playboy. Hammer also spoke about his sex life with now estranged wife Elizabeth Chambers. I liked the grabbing of the neck and the hair and all that, but then you get married and your sexual appetites changed, he said at the time. And I mean that for the better. It's not like I'm suffering in any way, but you can't really pull your wife's hair. Hammer and Chambers, 38, announced their separation in July 2020 after 10 years of marriage. The twosome share 2 kids, Harper 6 and Ford 3. After the split news broke, Us confirmed that Chambers and their 2 children are living in the Cayman Islands, where Hammer grew up. Earlier this month, Hammer confirmed that he quarantined for 14 days to reunite with his family. After he arrived on the island, the actor announced on January 2nd that he will no longer be posting photos of their kids as part of his New Year's resolution for their safety and for their well-being. Good. Yeah.
Oh my God, what is this? All of their.
So that to me sounds like part of your New Year's resolution is not do that for their safety and their well-being. I think you knew that you had a disgruntled ex who was threatening to come forwards with this shit. And so you made all these plans to go back to the Cayman Islands and all this stuff because all of a sudden this shit came out and you're stepping away right away and Lionsgate's really cool about it. I have a feeling
it's real then.
I have a feeling that this is real, and this is if this is the case, here's the thing. Until we have evidence that he has actually hurt people, I'm gonna really bad echo right now, Jesus, that's right. Until we have actual evidence that he has hurt people physically and done that thing with the animal, fucking live animals beating heart, that's animal cruelty and it's messed up. Russell Hall says, I think he spent too much time in Bohemian Grove, maybe. Unless that stuff comes out, what's really happening here is a lot of it looks like this guy is being kink shamed, quite frankly. So what we have are a series of messages that display a certain type of mindset. That's why, again, I really would like to, if I can get my friend Ginger to agree to do it, I'd like her to come on and talk about some of this stuff at some point. So we'll see how things go. We'll talk to Anna. We'll see if we want to bring her on for the Matriarchy next week if she can, or if not, we might try to do a special stream with her to specifically talk about this because this is kind of a huge deal. And Anna really hit the nail on the head with this being like a real life Christian Grey kind of thing.
Well, did you ever watch the movie Shame with Michael Fassbender, where he's a sex addict and he just he does it. It's not just that he has kinks. It's just like, it doesn't matter with who, it doesn't matter where, he just needs it.
Yeah.
But he can't get it up with like a woman he actually likes.
I haven't seen that movie, but I know of that. Maybe I actually have.
It's really, really sad.
I might have I actually think I might have seen that one. So, but yeah, I've seen something else in a movie, at a different movie too, that had like a Sexaholics Anonymous was like a side plot to it, but it wasn't. It was a serious movie, not treated like a joke. Because yeah, that the whole thing is if he has this side that wants to dominate, this side that wants to rape and whatever, and do all these things, that wants to drink blood or whatever. Here's the thing is, if you actually go into the kink community, none of what he said is that outlandish. Blood play is a part of the kink community. Hell, it is not for me, but it is part of the kink community. So I know people. I know the first person I ever met who was into it was when I was 16 years old. I had friends who were already experimenting with blood play as part of their, sex, and doing it, in ways that I still thought were scary and creepy, but were in ways that were not like killing each other, where no one was at risk of getting hurt. They were doing shallow cuts in ways that were like safe. No one was gonna get harmed beyond whatever physical and psychological scars were from those actions. So I don't like it. I think it's weird and I don't understand it. But when it comes to kinky things, my philosophy is if two people are entered into the agreement, and they both know what they're getting into, then it's fine, and that's where I say, like, if no one's getting hurt, because sometimes in kink, part of the thing is people getting hurt. Like, the person I want to have speak about this is someone who is a submissive in her life and likes getting hurt in sex. So what you're like, some of these conversations clearly, like the one where he talks about like raping you was the hottest thing ever and hearing you scream and this and that, like the way he's talking about it sounds like the other woman was down for whatever happened in that moment. Now, it's possible that later, that after that, guitar jetting, or maybe you just need to get a more open mind, seriously, because the people I know, just because they're doing these things in their personal life, it has no effect on me in my life. Poor, that's the thing. Yeah, blood play has
you honestly don't know if like a person has weird sexual fantasy or has a weird sex life until they specifically tell you, or if it's somebody that you're going to have sex with and you find out,
Exactly, because trust me, I have been in that situation. I've been in the situation. I was in the situation where the guy asked me if he could lick my leg hairs because he found them so sexy.
Did you let him?
Yeah, I was like, I don't mind being licked, and I'm fine with my leg hairs. I didn't see him again after that because I'm like, it's the kind of thing where it's like, sometimes when I get into some of those situations where like, if your kink weirds me out or grosses me out, like I talked to someone once, it wasn't like a guy that was into anything, but someone I heard talking about like being into licking armpits, and I'm like, if someone asked me if they could lick my armpit, I'd say no, that's creepy to me, but someone licking my leg isn't any weirder to me than someone licking like my shoulder or my arm or my neck or whatever parts of my body that have been licked, and it's fine. We've all been like in the bedroom.
Oh, somebody said Anna's ponytail. Yeah.
Thank God.
That was something.
Interview. So like, to me, I want to lick your leg hair isn't that much creepier, isn't like that much further removed than I want to kiss every part of you. So in the moment, if I'm with a guy that I'm already attracted to, and he's like, I want to lick your leg hair, I'm like, okay. I'm not going to want to like stick with you forever because it's not for me. It's not my thing. And it's probably going to be weird for me if you always want to lick my leg hair. But in the moment, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, leg hair, fuck you.
Well, I mean, at the same time, it's like, we've all, met 1,000 people, and I guarantee you some of those people that we have met throughout our lifetimes do weird stuff behind closed doors with their partners.
I'm sure.
It weirds me out to think that I have probably met somebody that either acts like a pony or has like a pony partner, and that behind closed doors, and like that's something that I'm like, now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I've probably met somebody like that.
It is weird to think of that because you're like, you don't. That's why I always get so upset when people are so quick to judge and shame these things. Because the funny thing is, I think I really think too, chew on this one for a second, mindless mob, because I think some of the first people to run out and want to immediately shame and call out these things are people who have shit to hide themselves, because it's like that defense, like, oh, if I'm the first person, it's like when you always, when you find out like the senators who are the most rabidly anti-gay ones are all the ones with male lovers and shit. It's like the same kind of thing.
It's like in The Boys, the guy that's like preaching about Jesus is actually the one that's like the gay guy.
Exactly. So it's like sometimes, the people in the chat who are the first, and it's like, they're the first ones who want to be outspokenly vocal about, no, this stuff's gross and scary. They're not doing it because they want to kink shame. They're doing it out of the sphere of self-preservation of, oh, if I don't vocally come down on these people for their weird stuff, maybe people will realize that I have weird stuff and they'll judge me for my weird stuff. And it's
I mean, I've heard the blood thing before. Like it's something about like vampires, or like, I remember that was the context that I heard it about, is like, some people like the idea of because okay, I go to Halloween conventions and I show stuff, and then like one year I did it, I was next to a sex toy booth at a convention, and me and the girl were talking because I'm sitting there drawing and like displaying my art, and then she was telling me some stories, and she's like, yeah, actually, like there's like it was sex toys based on what like universal monster you like. So there's like Creature from the Black Lagoon, there's Dracula, there's a Wolfman, there's Frankenstein, and like sex toys that are catered to that. And like she, the blood thing is something I've heard. Like it's a thing, and there's like actual vampire teeth that she sold, that if you bit someone, you could bite them like a vampire and you could drink their blood.
They made an Edward Cullen dildo that was basically like had a freezer pack in it, so you could put it in the freezer and it would stay cold. So when you were fucking it, you could feel like you were fucking a dead vampire.
Well, you know what's funny? Stephanie Meyer fucked herself over there. That vampires, they don't like their blood stops, and so what? So it's like, so then he can't get an erection though.
Well, true story. That's actually a true story. Technically, I guess he's just hard all the time though, if he has rigor mortis in his dick constantly. Russell Hall says people who dress in leather and like being choked are kinky. Furries are kinky and weird on another level. This is beyond kinky. This is just fucking evil. So here's what I'm saying though. Here's the point I'm trying to drive at with Armie Hammer. If he cuts off women's toes, that's evil. If he,
well, did he want to cut it off, or did he want her to cut it off and send it to him?
I think that, but to me, if you're getting someone to cut off a body part, that's pretty fucked up. If you're actually eating human flesh and stuff, that's pretty fucked up. If he actually took a heart out of a live animal and ate it while it was still warm, that's pretty fucked up. I'm not going to forgive any of those.
Probably got so turned on by that scene in Game of Thrones.
Oh God. Or think about Temple of Doom. Imagine he probably finds that movie very, very erotic. If all he does is talk about wanting to do these things with women who are down to engage in the fantasy element, and in person in life, so like I said, that rape fantasy one that he's talking about, it sounds like something they actually did together. We didn't see her responses. The responses to those messages might have been, oh yeah, baby, that was hot as hell anytime you want. Because the thing that happens, it's a two-way street, because what happens in these relationships is a dom comes into it, and sometimes they're not always great at caretaking the subs. Now, the thing is that not all submissives are good at setting their own boundaries as well. So sometimes submissives come into these relationships and they think that it's all about just doing whatever the dom wants, and they let the dom do whatever they want to them. And then they decide, shit, that wasn't for me. I didn't like that. Kind of like, it's not terribly unlike when a woman in college gets drunk and sleeps with the guy and then wakes up the next day and realizes, shit, I didn't want to sleep with that guy. So tells her friends that he forced himself on her because she doesn't want to admit that she made a mistake. It's not that different, So there are women out there who think they want to be dominated. They want to be in this kinky life. They want to be hit and struck and all these things. So they seek out guys looking for this thing. Some of these women maybe are doms, or are subs themselves and go and were willing to go further than they would have because, oh my God, it's Armie Hammer. It's a famous actor. So even though I'm not into this shit, I'm willing to push my limits or do things I wouldn't normally want to do because I got, wrapped up with the idea that it's Armie Hammer. And then when I realized this was really unhealthy for me and messed up, instead of taking ownership over the fact that I let myself get sucked into this, I'm going to take it out on him and try to ruin his life. So That's why I need to know what he actually did, before
Well, also,
I
they're all coming out at like the same time, and so I'm like, what happened? Did they find out who? Like, was he trying to plan like an orgy or something? And all the girls are like, I'm not down for that, and then they all decided to release it at the same time.
It's either that, it's bullshit, which we don't think so because of all the stuff that's in the news now and whatnot. Or
there's one where like the girls answering questions.
a lot of the time, though, it's one person, whoever this initial woman who is the one who felt burned and scorned and this and wanted to come out with it. Now all the other women see a chance for their 15 minutes of fame. And so now they're all, of course, so that's the whole thing. It may be he has this very real life with all these sex kittens and all this stuff.
Well, it says this has been going on for 4 years.
And it may be, exactly. So clearly there was some level of this that's consensual, And it's just, I don't care how damaged you became. If you woke up one day and realized, whoops, I entered into this relationship and it got really, really unhealthy and I didn't get myself out of it, you can't hold your partner 100% accountable for it. Yes, they should know better about certain things. Yes, they should be, tapped into your feelings and be checking in with you and knowing what's okay and what isn't. But a dom sub relationship is different. And because of that and because of the pressures in it, the people involved in it need to take equal responsibility in communicating their needs. Submissives can't just go, oh, the dom is responsible for all my needs, so I don't have to tell him, and I can just punish him if he doesn't fulfill them. So this stuff, you'll find this out about me the more you hang around the channel. This goes to the Mindless Mob. I don't yuck other people's yum. I don't care what it is. If it doesn't hurt me, then it's whatever. Doyle Hargrave says, Anna, Cecil. You're worried about weirdos? Well,
yes, I am, because Cecil's not this kind of weirdo.
No, Cecil is not this kind of weirdo. So that's the kind of thing for me where it's like,
here we go.
Actually did some shit that's messed up, and people.
Oh yeah, this girl couldn't be in a relationship with anyone. For 4 years, they were doing that thing, and she wasn't allowed to date anyone. It was just they had little meetups to do the stuff.
But the whole thing is, she chose to be in an arrangement with him where he said you can't date anyone else.
Here we go. Kink stuff doesn't include murder fantasies or dangerous knife games like a knife between your legs during sex or cannibalistic fantasies.
So here's the thing where it's yes and no, right? Because this is, I think, where it's just people yucking someone else's yum. Fantasies are fantasies, Fantasies are fantasies. I really don't think the kink community has any right to start pointing fingers at people, because the kink community accepts furries. As we say, they're fucking weirdos. But guess what? As long as it's relegated to people wearing animal suits and having their orgies, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know about it. If I know people are into that, I probably don't want to be friends with them. But I'm not going to try to tell them to stop it or tell them what they're doing is immoral and evil unless they're actually trying to fuck real animals, because that's wrong. So I don't really give a shit what he wants to fantasize about. If he's actually doing things to women explicitly against their consent, I have a problem with that. But if it's a bunch of women going, your fantasies are weird and messed up, and I want to shame you for having fantasies that don't align with what I think your fantasies should be, to me, this is just more bullshit. This is he probably entered into these arrangements with these women, understanding and feeling like they were 100% going to stay confidential.
He made them sign an NDA.
What?
He made them sign an NDA.
Which then he should be suing the shit out of them for this. Because that's the whole point. You signed an NDA. If you don't want to be part of that, don't fucking participate. Stop. Women need to fucking stop doing this shit, though, and participating in this stuff and then turning around and going, I really didn't want that, so let me ruin this man's life for it. I fucking feel for him. Everyone has secrets. You don't think I have secrets that I don't want the world to know? I don't, from where I'm standing now, again, I will change my tune 100% if I find out that he explicitly violated someone's consent and hurt them, or in any way physically or psychologically, and specifically went against their wishes and had every reason to believe that he was doing that. But from where I'm sitting right now, that does not sound like what this situation is. So anyway, Revenge of the Netherrealm says, where the hell were you, Anna, at an adult entertainment expo? LMAOF3. Now I've heard everything.
No. It was a Halloween convention. So I have all of these horror paintings, and so I show it at horror conventions, even though it's I haven't seen 90% of like scary movies, because I am the biggest baby. I get scared. I still get nightmares. I don't care how bad the special effects are. That shit terrifies me to my very core, and I don't like being afraid. But oh shit, I just unleashed. I like how we're reading about this shit, and I'm wearing like this is like the most spot on Catwoman mask I could find from the version I like, but it was from like a store that sells masks, and like half of them are Halloween masks, the other ones are like sexy time masks. But this was a Catwoman mask, and it specifically says Catwoman cosplay. But anyways, yeah, so this girl is she did the screen recording to like prove, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I like how she says, "Are you laughing at me? Why are you doing this to me? However, I'm still keeping your secrets. Love and respect. Understand you." Whoa, what the hell happened? You're right. I handled this situation extremely poorly, and I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you or upset you. Please forgive me, and please know that I never meant to make you angry again. What the hell happened? Let's see what happened. Okay. I am very happy with life right now, and adding conversation with you feels like it complicates things in a way I don't need right now. I'm sorry to do this, but we have to stop speaking. I feel badly for changing my mind like this, but I have to do it. I'm sorry. I wish you the best and hope you understand. I understand. Thank you for your honesty. You can always write me if you want. But can I write you one last honest message before we stop talking? Yes, one last message is okay, and thank you for understanding. What did she say? Okay, here we go. Thank you for your presence in my life. It may seem to you that it was minimal, but it is not. Much has changed since my first message to you, and I am very pleased with your success in the profession. You are another beautiful person in my life. Hope this doesn't look too dramatic. I'll not write again if you don't want to. I promise. Be happy and goodbye. You're a little Russian kitten. Okay, here we go. Here's more. It's not true. I wanted to be honest, and I'll speak as honestly with you as possible. I don't say even half of what I want. Can you finish? I can't read this anymore.
I was gonna get real. My face. I'm gonna turn on my camera for a second, otherwise you're just gonna see me really close. It'll look weird. Okay. I'm gonna move my mic so it doesn't get that reverb.
It does sound like he dumped her.
Okay. It's not true. I wanted to be honest, and I'll speak honestly with you as possible. I didn't even say half of what I wanted to say, but I'll say I don't want to be dramatic. To be a dramatic cunt. This is not an acting game. These are my thoughts. You play me. It's so easy for you to come back into my life and turn everything upside down. It's easy for you to throw me out when you don't need me. It's easy for you to hurt me when I don't want it. Everything is easy for you because I'm nobody to you. I don't claim an important role in your life. I don't want to encourage you to do bad things. All this doesn't matter. You cannot imagine all of my tears in May 2017. All right, continue. We need more.
I just looked because that profile picture is ridiculous. I'm like, is that really him? It is.
No.
It's like his freaking.
Yep. You don't know at all my thoughts during the time. I didn't give you any reason to doubt myself, but you still don't trust me. I understand it. This is your life. Deception is every person around. I don't pretend to be special. I wanted an adult relationship in BDSM. I wanted trust and strength, but I only get moral pain. You hate me? Are you laughing at me? Why are you doing this to me? However, I'll keep your secrets, love, respect, blah, everything she said. So,
oh, here we go.
And you're right. Yeah. You're laughing at me. I'll see you. Love and respect. Still understand you. It is paradoxical, but true. I don't care if you block me or not. I'll not write because I said everything. To answer or not is your choice. I said everything. I still wish you the best. Sincerely, Anastasia Day. And he said, you were right. I handled the situation extremely poorly, and I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you or upset you. Please forgive me, and please know that I never intended to make you angry. So once again, all this stuff just kind of
oh Jesus, what is this one?
All right. Russell Hall says, Jesse, this isn't like having a great fantasy or liking rough, kinky sex. This is like the kid that drops a puppy hub on a roof and gets off on it.
So again, Russell Hall, it 100% depends on acting versus just talking. You know, people like to talk about their weird, fucked up fantasies as if they're actually real and they actually do them, but wouldn't actually ever do them or want to do them in real life. Like, have you never had that in the bedroom? Have you never thought about something you wanted to do to somebody or anything like that you never actually act on? The BDSM community is for people who, in some cases, want to be able to go act on it, and in other cases, want to be able to just go and have a safe space to express their really fucked up inner desires that they will never act on because they know they're fundamentally wrong. But they can enter into these fantasy spaces with people who can play into that reality for a little bit, that I can be your property and your slave and you're this. That, again, very normal kink stuff. Being someone's property, someone's slave. That's like a very regular.
Here we go.
Yeah. The kitten and daddy thing, very, like, all these things are actually really, really normal. The only weird shit is weird, like, blood drinking and cannibalism stuff. And so again, until I actually know if he's acted on those things and to what extent and how, then I'm not going to judge him for it. You know, I think it's fucked up and it's weird, and I don't ever want to hear about what he thinks about body parts, and it's disgusting in my opinion. But at the same time, if he wants to get off on those thoughts and those conversations and never ever hurt somebody as a result, then I don't care. That's all I'm saying. I agree. I don't personally understand it, but there are things about me that other people don't understand either, and so I'm not gonna. I'm not a cannibal. I don't want to eat. I don't want to carry someone's toe around with me. But by the same token, it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's really easy when there's a consensus about something that's weird to just all feel comfortable going, that guy's a weirdo, or fuck that guy, they're weird. But how many things, like, what if there's not, though? You know, whenever there are plenty of things in our lives, there's plenty of things about people that I think are really, really weird that other people think are really, really normal. So I don't, but it's just like, it becomes a different thing when it's like, we're not arguing pineapple on pizza, but there could be just as few victims to that discussion as there is in this one, provided none of these cannibals are actually cannibalized. I just realized I never turned my camera back on. Here we go. So that's one thing. It's like, to me, as long as all you're doing is talking about it to your lovers with their consent, then I don't need to judge it any more than I judge people who like candy corn, right? Because there's just as little of an effect on me. I think it's weird and I don't like it, but I don't participate in it and it doesn't affect me.
Oh, shit.
Now, if he is hurting people or animals, I'm not okay with that. Babblefy said, what about animals, spiders? Animals, hard. And actually, for me, and right now, I guess I have seen Sucker Punch. For me, it's like animals, I'm even more protective over people, because it's like people, at least there's a level of like, you can defend yourself for like not be in that situation. But like, I heard some shit earlier about somebody carving something political into a manatee, and like, don't put shit on manatees. I don't give a shit if it didn't hurt the manatee. You restrained an endangered animal and you defaced it. I don't know if that's the thing, you deface a wild animal, but like, don't hurt animals. They can't give you their consent. They can't. Don't do sexual things with them. Don't injure them. Don't take away, don't declaw cats unless you absolutely have to for their own good. Like, don't do shit. Don't keep skunks as pets because you have to de-stink them, and that's cruel. Like, I am very against doing anything harmful to animals, people, anything like that. So if there's any line that he's crossed where he actually does hurt animals to get off on his cannibalism bullshit, then I'm going to change my tune entirely and say, you need to fucking die. But if he's just talking, if all it is talk, then he can talk about whatever the fuck he wants to, and it's really not fair to have personal messages spread everywhere. He says, I want to see everything. I want to see your brain, your blood, your organs, every part of you. I would definitely bite it, be 100%, or try to fuck it, not sure with, probably both. If I fucked you into a vegetative state, I'd keep you, feed you, wash you, and keep fucking you, babe, till you are sore and broken. This shit is weird. This shit is fucked up. There is 1,000%. It is not even comparable to send a message to somebody who has every ability to block you or not respond or anything, that it is to like say this to someone who's tied up in your basement.
Oh my God. Okay. Just this, all of this is weird too, but this one, when I tell you to slit your wrist and use the blood as lube for anal.
That's really disgusting. I just want to read this.
Oh, brand your tattoo.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. Oh, my ding-ding-dong.
Okay, brand you, tattoo you, mark you, shave your head, and keep your hair with me, cut a piece of your skin off, and make you cook it for me? I mean, I feel like the test can be endless. Oh my god, ah! Okay, we finally got to the weird shit, like the weirdest shit. I want to see everything. I want to see. Okay, we already read this one, didn't we? I know, but I can't stop thinking. Wait, what?
Sorry, I just had to play that. The super chat, I had to play the beginning of it. You don't remember when you touch my tra-la-la song?
I have no idea what that is. I know, but I can't stop thinking, or fucking your actual brain, haha. And it's the sweetest thing you said. Me too. It sounds incredible. Everything you are, everything.
That's, again, like, this is the first message. I know, but I can't stop thinking of fucking your actual brain, haha. And that's the sweetest thing you've said. Me too. So clearly, like, it almost sounds like she said something about, like, if you cut open my skull, I'd let you fuck it. And he's like, oh my God, that's the hottest thing. Like, some of the other stuff, he's like, this is the hottest thing you've ever said to me, or let me do, or this. And all of these ones where it sounds like they were participants, conveniently, their messages are not a part of it. I want to see the whole fucking conversation. Unless these bitches are going to show me what they said in response, fuck you. You are just exploiting somebody under this blanket of greater anonymity because you have that luxury, and exploiting somebody else who fucking bared the deepest, most disgusting, awful parts of his soul that I would never want to hear. But you know what? You fucking did. You put yourself in that situation and you let him bare your soul to you, and you asked for it. I don't want to make it sound like any of it. You asked for the soul bearing part. I'm not saying you asked anything else, blah, but the soul bearing, you were there for it. You participated in it, and now you are railroading him for it. So unless you want to come out with some really fucking definitive evidence as to why this guy deserves to have his life completely ruined forever, then why are these guys doing this? This is, because again, if he's a fucking cannibal who's cutting you up and doing this shit, these are lawsuits, these are crimes. Nobody is coming forward with evidence of crimes being committed. So all this is a bunch of women who are mad that Armie Hammer didn't leave his wife for them, trying to kink shame him. That's all this is. It's really sad, and it's really fucked up. And the shit that Armie Hammer says is super fucked up and super gross. It's really, really gross, and I don't like it. And if a man ever said that shit to me, I'd be like, you have issues, please stop speaking to me. But at the same time, he didn't say it to me. He didn't send me these messages because I'm not part of a BDSM community where I seek out doms to be part of my life. These women all clearly are. They are all clearly women who sought out a dom in their life. And then because it was Armie fucking Hammer, went, I'm not going to say no when he gets really creepy and weird about it. I'm going to feel special, like, oh my God, he's opening up to me. And so I'm going to be here for that. And then one day when I wake up and go, oh my God, this guy's a fucking weirdo because he's literally talking about cutting off my toes, now you want to come out and shame him for it. And look, I'm not saying Armie Hammer's not a fucking weirdo. He clearly is. But what I am saying is that what these women are doing to him also isn't right. That's I think where I keep coming to. It's like, I'm not excusing the weird fucking creepy sex shit, and I don't like it, but that's Russell. I'm really enjoying your message about it. I know I'm like going back and forth with you on that. Oh, Anna went by. Whoops. Where did Anna go? Oh no. Ah! Yes, I just found out who sent me this awesome calendar. Sorry. I'll share this with you real quick while in the meantime. Where did it go? It was Rob. My sexy men with lightsabers calendar.
Your friend Rob or
King Rob.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right.
He knows me so well. Where did it go? I just saw it. I know we were like moving things around, but it's literally in front of my face.
Yeah.
Like right in front of my face. So, okay. I was like, damn, I know. And he did. I was like, remember I told you, like, I knew one of my friends asked me for an address. One of my friends went to confirm my address recently, and whatchamahoozle. Why did I watch from the halls? So, and I forgot who it was, but then I'm gonna send a picture of that right now. Sorry. And I switched gears for a second because I just found out who sent me this awesome present. I don't know if Anna is still there or not, or can hear me. I'm trying to, let me see. Are we having a pooter problem over yonder? No. Okay. I thought I saw it. It just looked weird because, okay, wait, hold on. Are we having a schmishy? Let me just, yeah, okay. I thought that might be the thing. Anna, can you hear me and can we hear you? Maybe that, okay. Because now it appears that and the na is just frozen. We're frozen. Wow. Okay. Sorry, we got derailed because Anna's. This is just really fun. I'm taking a screenshot of this because this is funny. Because Anna's face is just frozen in the corner over there. All right. In the meantime, I'll share this calendar with you, and then I'll read the super chat. I'll take Anna's frozen screen off of here too. We'll keep up Army Hammer's creepy. I'll read this while we're waiting for Jesus this year. Cutting you into pieces and fucking the pieces. Oh my god. Yeah, can you send me a picture? I want you to bite yourself again. Think of me eating you. Ugh. What do you need to walk for? You just lay on a pile on the floor and I'll fuck you whenever I walk past you. Dude. Russell Hall says, I've done anal a few times, and yeah, I kind of like getting scratched. I never wondered what a woman's spleen looks like while I'm nailing her. Yeah, but clearly Army Hammer does. And you know what? There's no harm in wondering as long as he doesn't cut women open to see their spleens. So my good friend Rob, the King of the North, for those who remember him, sent me a calendar full of sexy men intercut into either men turned into sexy Star Wars characters with lightsabers, like Star Wars universe-esque characters with lightsabers. So I really need Anna to be present for this though, because it feels like it's up her alley. That's a pretty good one. I actually haven't even paged through every single page yet, so I'll show this off when we're full screening it. Hit. Let me see. Okay. Because Anna, I don't know if you can hear us still, but we can't hear you at all, and you are frozen. Let me see if she is tweetering at me. Let's find out. No, she's not schmexting me. She's not schmeating at me. Let's see. Did she have a seizure? No, I'm sure she's fine. It's just weird because like I'm hearing this feedback, like I'm still getting her audio, but I don't hear anything from her. So it's possible that she just straight up fell asleep too. Like it's been 24 hours. She might have just crashed out. We'll call her. We'll just see if she's alive. Let's find out. She's not frozen. She's passed out. Wait, seriously? No. Seriously? She didn't just crash out like that. Jess, she's not frozen. She has passed out. Her lips are moving. Oh my god, you're right. Holy shit. Is she okay? Oh my god! Alright, let's read super chats while we watch Anna sleep.
Okay. What?
Oh my god. Anna, are you okay?
Huh?
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to read super chats, and then we're going to table this. I'm sure we'll have plenty more to talk about with Army. This isn't going anywhere, but you need sleep. So why don't you bounce out and get some sleep? We'll leave Anna. Once she wakes up again, we'll have her turn it off. But I'll read the super chats, and then I think we just hit that crash point because we were both getting riled up, and Anna probably just hit that crash point. All right, so Maisie Van Dusen says, howdy! You came at an interesting moment. let me see if I missed any super chats before this one. Let me see. Since I think we might be getting some now. We do. We have Joshua Ball saying, after witnessing all this, Army feels like the UA Bowl version of Hannibal. May his diseased scrotum be eaten by rabid gophers. Macy says, howdy. Whatchamacallit. And then, oh, there she goes. Get camera out. So let's see. Let me just catch you up to where we were. So we had the howdy from Macy, tight. We had the Anna is not frozen. She's just passed out. That makes so much more sense. It was like, she's not moving and the screen's not moving, but I'm still getting her audio, which usually doesn't happen when she freezes like that. Nope, she just passed out. It's been a while since that's happened on the Matriarchy. And obviously just crashed. She never sleeps. This is true. I should have known better, especially since we already prefaced the, hey, she's been awake for 24 hours. This will probably happen. We were prepared for that. See if you can get her to say something in her sleep. Runs with Phantom says, I think Anna would hate knowing we're all watching her sleep like creeps. I know, but just for a minute. I had to. Oh, Sweet Pea, I think she's fine. She literally, we were talking earlier before the stream about how she was up for 24 straight hours and she would probably crash out. I honestly think she had enough faculty to come up and shut the camera off. So we want Anna to go get some sleep, and it's not a show without her. Plus, we've already been going for our 2 hours and I'm having a blast. So, so you're right, it runs with Phantoms. I think she would hate us all watching her sleep like creeps. And in that sensibilities, with those sensibilities in mind too, we will quietly say good night. Make sure you check out all of Anna That Star Wars Girl's streams. Make sure you follow her. I'll make sure all the links are up in my description. Make sure you're following her at That Star Wars Girl, at That Star Wars Girl Live, where she re-uploads all of her live content, and at The Art of Anna. That's The Art of Anna TSWG, so Anna That Star Wars Girl, for all of her art uploads as well. So make sure you're following her at all of those places so that you never miss all the stuff that she does. I think she's a Discord now where she keeps a lot of her schedules and stuff there, so you don't miss her. Actually, 3 hours in a 1 hour pre-show. True, John 42. So I wanted to say that, to make sure Anna gets her plugs in. If there's anything else she wanted to say, especially with the Army Kittens. Best episode ever. Thank you, Joshua Balls. But make sure you're following Anna everywhere, doing all that stuff. That's awesome. And everyone, have a wonderful night. Make sure you're following me. Make sure you're following Pancake the Cat. Mindless BS Gaming on Twitch. Me, m.e.got.embers on Live It. All of those things. Jeff at World Class Bullshitters. All of these wonderful things. So have a blast, everybody, and we will talk all later.